Frankie Prickett, who is a well-known artist here in Hamilton, Ohio. He passed away about 5 years ago, unfortunately, and he was one of our artists here at Inside Out Studio. We have a ton of his artwork here. He's a guy that used to run up and down Main Street and High Street on a bicycle with a bunch of little stuffed animals on there, and he would do drawings. He would give them away. Sometimes he'd sell them. We've been storing them here. I have over 100 of them in storage, and I decided Alive After 5 is coming up, and we're going to do an event where we're going to invite the public in. We're going to display all of his artwork. We're going to sell it super, super cheap, $10 for large drawings, $20 for the really big ones. And what I really want to do is have this stuff find a home. He really viewed his work as realistic. So it's an interpretation of the artist when they see something. The way he drew it was not probably meant to be cartoony, but that's the way it translated from his mind to the canvas. So you'll see, I mean, he does a lot of cartoon characters, action figures, but he also does a lot of things like landscapes, which is kind of cool. So I didn't know him personally, but I kind of envisioned that he was on the street a lot, so he probably saw a lot of things, and then he would sit down and he would draw them.
Frankie was just very outgoing. I didn't know him personally before he started attending Inside Out Studio in the Butler County Board of DD, but from the stories I hear is like he would always be out in front of the courthouse, in front of the city building, down on the High Street side by Jocko's, just doing his drawings and selling them for like $2, $3. Loved drawing the Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck and all the Disney characters and cartoon characters, comic book characters, just and straight out of his head too, which is really interesting because a lot of artists will look at something when they're drawing, but he would draw the same scene over and over again just from memory. From an artistic perspective, a little rudimentary version of cartoon characters and comic book characters. Heavy line drawings. He was a drawer more than he was a painter. When he did start attending Inside Out, I did work with him on some acrylic painting and transitioned him to that, which we had a lot of fun working together. He just drew all the time. It was his first love. So when he was attending the studio with us, he'd be working on art, obviously, but we came to find out after the fact from his brother and also staff at the facility he was at, like he just had tons and tons of drawings on poster board. Literally when he passed away, his brother said, "I have some drawings if you guys would like them." And we're like, "Of course." And he showed up, opened his trunk, and there's just rolls and rolls, almost like 200, 300 drawings on poster board. So the idea that we had would be a bench, but also a bike rack combined, because Frankie was known for riding his bike all over town as a tribute to him. So we're thinking of elements like the bike, markers, which he worked with all the time, having his drawings attached in some way. And we're working in collaboration with Atomic Specialties. And I will be honest, it's a project that's been sitting on the back burner for a couple years, but we're getting back with them and reapproaching it and finding out where we can place this.
It's going to be during Alive After 5 on September 6th. We're going to do it from 5 to 9, all the artwork hanging up. The proceeds from this sale that night is going to go towards a purchase of a bench that we're going to have put out front. It's going to be half bike rack, half bench, and it's going to be modeled after his artwork.